the suspect that was in custody had gotten there real early, had been walking around. He had been noticed by other people. He was now in custody. And I bring that up because it rings to what we heard during the shooting in Butler, that the shooter had sort of scoped it out a little bit. You can remember, gotten very close, and then had positioned himself up on that rooftop.
That's right, Tom, and that's consistent with the second attempted assassination of Donald Trump, when a Secret Service agent spotted that individual who's going to be going to trial soon, hiding out in the bushes along the golf course there, and the Secret Service agent fires and then calls it in. Just didn't waste any time. Yes, it is generally what we see these days are individuals conducting a lot of planning. We saw that in other targeted shootings and incidents that we've seen this year. So obviously that's a big concern. But what we've noticed in that, and what law enforcement has noticed in the course of looking at it, is that they haven't prepared in a way where they've involved other individuals, or they've taken actions where law enforcement would have known about the plot ahead of time. These are people that, generally speaking, have lawfully purchased weapons, or purchased weapons in ways that would not have triggered the types of checks that would normally be done, have not typically posted online ahead of time specific plans, and have conducted searches. And we conduct searches, all of us, every single day on our phones, computers, everything. It's not the type of thing that, because of the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, in the rules of this country, where law enforcement can look at our searches as U.S. citizens in this country real time. And I think a lot of people feel strongly that that's privacy that American citizens should have. Nobody's advocating for a change in that at this stage, but certainly the idea that this person had arrived early to the event is consistent with other targeted political violence or targeted violence that we've seen this year, if in fact those accounts are accurate. So it would not surprise me in the least.
Yeah. I want to bring in Hallie Jackson now, our senior Washington correspondent, to kind of talk our viewers and walk our viewers through Charlie Kirk and the impact he's had really over the last 10 years in American politics. You may not know the name Charlie Kirk at home. We know him because we cover the Republican Party. We've covered President Trump and the MAGA movement, and he has become such a loud voice in this movement. He started out very, very young, working with Don Jr., launching podcasts, and then Turning Point USA, which arguably has a lot of power on the right, maybe as much. Maybe I'm going a little far here, but it has a lot of power. Well, I was going to say almost as much as the GOP, Hallie, itself. And what speaks to that is that Charlie Kirk spoke at the RNC this summer. He spoke trying to get President Trump elected.
He also spoke at the 2020 RNC. He was the youngest speaker at the 2016 RNC, Tom, as well, the Republican National Convention. He was named to Forbes' 30 Under 30. He is somebody where even if you don't know his name, your kids in college might, or in high school, because he has led for years now what is really the biggest, if not one of the biggest and most quickly growing conservative activist organizations in the country. You see him on a college campus in the video that we've been showing. He has visited again and again, having these conversations, rallying for people. And I think that is why, Tom, you are now seeing this widespread condemnation of political violence all across the political spectrum, obviously among conservatives, from the level of the President of the United States to the Vice President of the United States, saying that they are praying for Charlie Kirk and his young family, that they are hoping for the best. As we now know, he is in the hospital. It is not